You've never seen an exploding star like this before. You see that? I'm gonna show you the ultimate setup for an exploding star battle. So first, you make a whole pile of them. Now you're ready for rapid fire action. But then, when it's time for cleanup, you grab your magnetic broom. See that? Look at that. How awesome is that? I'm gonna show you how to make lots of different stars. This is the classic one, but there's totally different shapes you can make. This is kind of a frisbee, square one, more of a zigzag one. And once you get good, you can start combining them into sort of superstars, multiple together. This is a really cool one. That's one of my favorites. But actually, my ultimate favorite, it's a little tricky to make, is this boomerang action. And you can make them out of bigger popsicle sticks if you get those. You can make them out of smaller popsicle sticks. But the latest innovation that I wanted to show you guys is right here. You put a little strip of ferrous metal on it like that. You see that? And then, with the help of a big magnet, makes cleanup super easy. Here you can see a star made with 4 of those. So each stick just has a little bit of ferrous metal on it. And I recently got this kind of ultimate broom setup. That's what I was showing you before, where you just wheel it around, pick up all the stars. Super fun. So let me show you how to do all this. There's a really interesting backstory that led to all this fun. This story begins in 1979. That was 45 years ago. And that just happens to be the year that I was born. When I was a kid, you know, probably 6, 7 years old, that's when I have these memories of running around the house in these all-out battles, attacking other kids. And back then, we used to do it with, you know, whole piles of these ninja stars like this. You know, these days kids would probably use Nerf guns, but when I was a kid, when I was 7 years old, they didn't have Nerf guns. Like, they hadn't been invented yet. The original Nerf toy was just this foam ball. Key innovation was a particular formulation of foam. The problem with playing with the ball indoors is that it's easy to break something. Like, you throw the ball, it knocks over a lamp, parents aren't happy. That never happened to me, I promise. But because it was light enough, it didn't get that much momentum to knock things over in the house. But the first Nerf gun came out in 1989. It was the Nerf Blast-A-Ball. And it was this big tube. You could only load one bullet in at a time. And so you'd push it down on the bullet, load it into the end, and then plunge it forward, and you'd get this big pop sound and this thing would shoot out. It was a fun toy. I had one of these, but I remember teaching my friends how to make these, and we'd make huge piles of them and then have these all-out battles. And so when I started making YouTube videos earlier this year, I happened to make a video about this. And so far, it's been my #1 video. It just passed around 70 million views, which is a little insane. But you know, when I read the comments on these videos, one of the most common complaints is the cleanup from this. And I can totally relate to that. You know, we've had many messes around our house, but I was also thinking about how could we solve the cleanup problem? And so that led me to get a bunch of different supplies, and after a bunch of experimentation, that's when I finally sort of landed on a good version of it here. But let me dive in now and show you how to make my favorite exploding star, the boomerang. This is the one that I typically make in an actual battle. You know, the reason is that it only takes 4 sticks. So, you know, you're running around, you jump behind the couch, there's a whole pile of popsicle sticks, and since this only takes 4, you get more bullets, you know, out of a given pile of popsicle sticks. And once you get good at it, it's super fast to make this one. It's a little tricky to learn, but it's worth figuring out because it's the most fun, practical one when you're actually playing a battle. Okay, so I'm gonna use 2 different colors just so you can follow along a little bit easier. And one of the keys to making this easy is how I pick up the sticks. So I'm right-handed, and so I start with my I start putting sticks in my left hand. So pick up 1 stick, I stick it up, second stick on top, sticks down, okay? Reverse on this side. First stick sticks down, second stick sticks up, okay. And then all you do is you slip them together like that, kind of this weave, but just like that. And then you can use your fingers to just hook the top. Let me do that one more time, that last part. Once you get the hang of this, it's so natural, you just slip that through like that, and then use your fingers to tuck in those top ones. And you can quickly whip together. Here, I'm gonna show you, you know, once I get good at this, I'm like, boom, in battle. So you can make a whole bunch of them really quickly. Here, let's do one more. Time me, see how fast I can do it. Boom, just like that. If you struggle to make that boomerang, let me show you this one. This is the first one that I learned. I think it's the easiest one to make. It takes a little bit longer and it takes one extra stick. But if you're struggling with the boomerang, then definitely try this one. So think about it, this will be kind of the upright pose for it. So for this one, you need 5 sticks. Let me think about what colors will help you follow along. Okay, I'll do those, and then I'll do those. All right, so first you get 3 sticks in a pile, and you want to have the middle stick be on top. So you see how I'm just holding them and I'm fanning it out? Doesn't matter which order you fan left and you fan right, but the top stick needs to stay on top. So what I do is I just take a pile of 3 sticks like that, and I fan one left, one right, and keep that top one straight up. Then you take the crossbar and I go down on that middle stick. So it's almost like a basket weave. You see that? Now, if I were to let go of this right now, it'll all fall apart. You have to get one more stick to make it stable. This one, you need to lift that middle stick up. Oh, sometimes you can get an extra hand right there. There you go. That last stick is the hard part. I'll do that one more time just so you can see. So I usually go there, and then I kind of walk my hand along there so I can lift up that middle stick, and then I get my hand to the end like that where I can tuck that on top. And that is usually the easiest one for someone to make. Before I get to magnetizing these stars, let me tell you the secret about all of these stars that makes it possible for you to invent your own designs if you'd like to try that. So if you look closely at these 2 examples, this is true of all of them, eyeball just one of the sticks. How many points of contact does it have? This green stick, 1, 2, 3 points. Same thing here. That red stick, 1, 2, 3 points. Yellow stick, 1, 2. Every stick has to have 3 points of contact. That's what makes it possible for this stick to be in tension, to have this built-up force that it holds. Understanding that every stick needs 3 points of contact will make all of these other designs make sense. You can pause the video here, and you can study these designs closely and figure out how to make them yourself. I won't do a walkthrough video for each of these. Instead, I want to show you how to make these superstars, these compound designs, before I get to magnetizing them. These are a really fun challenge. Any 2 stars can be combined together by just getting them to share a stick. So I could take this stick out of this star, then I could get the yellow stick to act as that stick, and then merge these 2 stars together. Let me show you the easiest one to do it with. We've got this square here, and I want to turn it into a double square like that. So, take the square, and then get enough sticks to make a second square, -1, and then we're just gonna build it up on the end. So we see this top stick here, we want to extend it, so we'll put that under. This bottom stick, we want to extend it, so we'll slip that under. And then this middle stick is already on top, so we just lay that on top. And now we're doing the basket weave here, so we'll just slide that one in, like that. And then flatten it out. And then we get this one. It helps to do these on carpet because you can kind of push underneath the stick like that. And there we go. Now I combine 2 square ninja stars into 1 double star. And you can make this as big as you want. My favorite one of all is this sort of superstar. And it takes a little while of studying it before you realize that it's actually just a series of these boomerangs put together. Since that one just exploded, it's a perfect time to make a new one. So, we'll take a single boomerang like this, and then don't assemble the second boomerang yet. So you realize that this is the center of the star. So kind of lay that one out like that. And then what you're gonna do, you wanna be really good at making boomerangs at this point, because what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna hold this single yellow stick. I'm only focusing my eyes on the yellow stick. Pretend like the rest of the star is not there. So I've got 1 stick in my hand going up, and then the second one going down, and then I do the usual 2 additional sticks, down, up, and then all I do is, there we go. So I've done 2 more. And then rotate it a little bit. I'm just eyeballing that single stick. I'm getting the second stick, so this is my first V in my hand, and then I'm gonna get 2 more, and I'm gonna go, ran out of purple sticks, but there you go. And you see, I just do this a few more times and go all the way around, and that's how you build the superstar. Super fun, this one. And when you're ready to magnetize your sticks for easy cleanup, you need to get one of these 2 brooms. This little one is a little cheaper, so let's build that first. I got this for about $18 on Amazon. It's a small box, just 2 parts really. You've got the handle, you've got the single nut you need to screw on. I did need to use some pliers to get it down tight enough, but overall, simple assembly. And now that you have it, just Picks up a whole pile of them. Super strong, it's great. But let's do the rolling sweeper, which is even more fun, makes big cleanup jobs even easier. I got this one for about $20 on Amazon. Honestly, it's a better deal. I would just go with this one. The assembly is a little bit more complicated. Handle just screws on, nothing too bad there. There's 2 washers for each of the axles, so put 1 washer on either side, screw it in as far as you can with your hands, and then you're definitely going to need pliers for this. It was a little tight to get that screwed on. Same thing for the other side. And that's about it. You're done. And you got the same deal with that one, just more magnetic force. This will pick up a lot of sticks. I love this one. But finally, I need to teach you how to create the magnetic sticks themselves. And for that, I got this roll of adhesive metal for $15. I cut off a 2-inch strip, and then I cut that into thirds. Take each one of the thirds, peel off the adhesive blue backing, stick it onto the popsicle stick. I do the same for the other ones. Now, I've tried a bunch of adhesive metal strips, and this is definitely the best one. So see in the description, I'll link you to a specific comment. The popsicle sticks, those are just jumbo wide popsicle sticks. You can get any of these. Any craft store will have them, Amazon has them. And that's it. Now you know all my secrets. Leave a comment to let me know if you tried this out for yourself. And if you come up with a kind of star that I've never seen before, I definitely want to know about that.